Hey guys, today I'm gonna tell you my experience with iOS 15 and how Apple ruined the iPad with it. More specifically, iPadOS 15. I do have iOS 15 installed on my iPhone too, but it's mostly the same except it has a new fancy weather app that has a super cool animation and it can't multitask. So it all started on Monday. Today, when I'm filming, is Wednesday,
my dudes.
I watched the Apple event and was quite impressed by it, except how there's 3 little dots on the top of an app always, and it doesn't have Final Cut Pro, which I'll touch on later. So the next day, I decided to install it, even after my friends told me not to. They said that it will break my iPad, but who gives a fuck? Now you might ask, am I really gonna pay $100 to get into the developer program? Hell no! What do you guys think, I'm retarded? I pirated from betaprofiles.com. Who joined the Navy when they could become a pirate? Don't ever go on that website again because I unfortunately encountered the "you won't last 3 seconds while playing this game" ad. And I installed it. After 6 hours of waiting, I was greeted by a sleek home screen telling me I successfully updated to iOS 15. And bow, that was cringe, widgets to the home screen. That's what I always wanted. Or so I thought. Turns out that wasn't a great idea at all. That completely fucked up my app arrangement. First of all, you couldn't fit as many apps on the home screen as before. You can fit 6 apps vertically when in landscape mode and only 4 vertically in portrait mode. You can see the problem in 4K. That causes the app layout and the widgets gets fucked up real bad when you switch from landscape to portrait. I feel like Apple could have fit 5 or 6 apps vertically when in portrait mode, stretching out the x-axis. And I wish the old widget layout sidecar could combine with the current free flow widgets. However, there is now an app library, which is still very unorganized in my opinion. I still wish Apple could make them more Launchpad-like. But you could still use the app library in the dock as a Launchpad to quickly access slide over apps. And why can't Apple allow us to move the folder anywhere on the dock, just like Launchpad in macOS? And why aren't you subscribed to this channel? Okay, that was cringe, but I do a lot for my subscribers, like risking turning into the Hulk to get the COVID vaccine. No? Alright, so subscribe and like. And you can always change your mind at the end of the video if you think my content is shitty, which is not. Now back to the video. Now Apple finally made viewing iPhone apps in landscape mode possible. I still wish they could act more like slide over apps, and Snapchat just said, nah Apple, my way to the highway, since the camera apps refuse to behave. Plus, I think typing in Snapchat while in landscape mode is a bit weird. But I don't care since I don't have friends anyways. Multitasking. Alright, let's see what Apple has to bring for us this year. 3 little dots. Okay, that's useful, I guess. So, y'all don't need to fix that you can't have 2 windows for every app but Safari and the Files app. But I don't hate the 3 little dots anymore besides looking ugly, since thankfully, it doesn't make the app smaller. Now, speaking of you can't have 2 windows for every app, that's really annoying. Like, what if I need to reach something without closing the video? This is so easy to fix. Seriously, it's just a few lines of code to make non-Apple apps do that. They can't be bothered to simply copy and paste the existing code that gives Safari the functionality to these apps. Now, speaking of something they can't be bothered to do, Mac apps for iPad. Now, they already have iOS apps for Mac, and all of the Mac apps we wanted like Final Cut Pro is already coded for ARM processors. And especially this year with the M1 iPad Pro, that program is coded for the same processors. They don't have to do any extra work. They can simply publish Final Cut Pro to the iOS App Store. Simple as that. Now some dumbasses may say, ooh, Final Cut Pro isn't optimized for touch. It's gonna be sucky. No, shut up. Apple already sells the $300 Magic Keyboard, which is, by the way, the same price as the regular iPad. Any iPads have mouse support since iOS 13.4, and keyboard support since 2015. iPads have the capability to become a laptop, or sometimes even better. But Apple is just being such an ass. People are returning their M1 iPad Pros. Look at what you've done for your financial greed.
Both myself and a lot of people out there.
Okay, so that was a lot of negative stuff, and I don't like negative stuff, so let's go over the stuff that I do actually like about iPadOS 15. Safari now has a new cool design with more focus to privacy so your program browsing history doesn't get leaked. Notifications are now more personalized, but I like to just turn all of them off or use Do Not Disturb mode. Speaking of that, you can now customize it, which is cool. There is also now spatialized stereo, which is basically spatial audio for non-spatial audios, which is pretty cool. And now, interesting enough, you get low power mode on iPad that lowers the processor speed and lowers the screen refresh rate from 120Hz to 60Hz to preserve battery life, which is cool, but now we're just missing the calculator app and the new amazing weather app. Gotta wait till next year for something as simple as a few lines of code. Siri now has a black voice, which is quite obvious what Apple is trying to do, pleasing the African American community.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use. I'm fine. Thanks. Black fur, pointy ears, I'm hungry. Found 3 little houses in the country. Stomach's empty, I can hear it rumble. So that house made of straw's about to crumble. Gonna show you how we do it. Next one made of sticks. We're doing this again. I don't really care about the hairs on your chin. I had a house made of brick, then I'm combing down the chimney.
Now Siri just needs an Asian voice since that's more relevant. So in the end, I don't think I'll be keeping iPadOS 15 on my iPad Pro and going back to the old iPadOS 13 for a few reasons. 1. The home screen layout is a clear downgrade, and I don't like how the numbers of the app you can fit changes when you switch orientation. Discrimination to get to. HomeScreen Widgets clutters the home screen, and it doesn't look as good when back in the good old days the widgets were segregated from the rest of the app icons. 3. This is kind of like my first reason and a little bit like my second reason, is that widgets don't align with the apps, which triggers me. Something else that triggers me is that the Launchpad, or app library, can't be moved. It's gotta stay at the end of the dock forever. 5th, and the last reason, is that this is still in beta. In fact, this version I currently have is the first beta version, which is very unstable. In fact, this iPad freezes at least 5 times a day. And sometimes I can't even switch the iPad orientation for some reason, even though I have the thing unlocked. I'm just trying to stay relevant in Pride Month, okay? Now, do I recommend iOS 15? What even is this question? You don't have a choice, buddy. Apple forces that shit on you, dog. Just don't be like me and get the beta version trying to flex on my friends. It's still great, and I'm pretty sure most of my complaints will get resolved once it's open for public in September. My Mac Pros. I caught it on camera. Let's go. Alrighty guys, that'll be the whole review of iOS 15, giving y'all a unique perspective on this thing. I hope you guys enjoyed. This took a lot of time and work to make. Like, I was thinking that I'll just film a vlog of me upgrading to iOS 15 and pretend to act surprised, but that's not great content. That's not what you guys sign up for. That's shit content. So I just scratched that and immediately went to my MacBook and started typing the script for this video. That will be the whole video. Comment down what you think and what your experience is. Subscribe and like if you haven't. And I'll see you guys next time with another video. Bye!